안녕하세요, 여러분. Welcome back to Talk to Me in Korean. Have a seat. 앉으세요. As human beings, we all care about and pay attention to other people's opinions, feelings, and judgment, sometimes in moderation and sometimes a little bit too much. And of course, that's all natural and necessary to a degree for our survival and success. But I think Koreans do that a little tiny bit too much compared to people in some other cultures. So since we are a language education channel, we want to introduce some really interesting Korean words and phrases that show this phenomenon really well. These are all expressions used very, very frequently, and they show how much value Korean people place on what others think. I'll also talk about why I think this is the case in a second, but now let me give you the phrases first. First, you've got to know this word, 눈치, 눈치. It literally translates to eye measure. Once again, eye measure, 눈치, and it's basically your ability to quickly read the collective atmosphere in the room and see if it's the right time to do or say something. It's like you observe and gauge what's going on and then choose your best move. So you hear people say, 눈치 없이 왜 그래? 눈치 없이 왜 그래? Why are you so 눈치less? To somebody who's clueless as to what others might say or think, like if your boss is upset about something, everybody's feeling that bad mood in the air and you're being too cheerful. 눈치 없이 왜 그래? 눈치 없이 왜 그래? And here's a fun one. This is a little bit of a variation, but people do say sometimes, 눈치는 밥 말아 먹었어? 눈치는 밥 말아 먹었어? Or 눈치는 밥 말아 먹었니? 눈치는 밥 말아 먹었냐? These are all variations, and this one is very, very informal, very casual. So it means, hey, what did you do with your 눈치? You know, the eye measure, your ability to read the atmosphere in the room. Did you mix it with your rice and eat it? That's the literal translation, and that's what people actually say sometimes. And next, there are many phrases that start with 누가, which means who or someone. If it's shortened from 누군가가. So 누군가 is someone, 누구 is who, and 누가 is the subject. So you hear people say 누가 뭐래도, 누가 뭐래도. Whatever they say, or more literally, whoever says whatever, but still. 누가 뭐래도 is shortened from 누가 뭐라고 말해도. So when you want to stick to your path or choice despite others' opinions or criticism, you can say 누가 뭐래도. So for example, 누가 뭐래도 나는 내 방식대로 할 거야. It's in 반말, casual language. No matter what anyone says, I will do it my way. 누가 뭐래도 나는 내 방식대로 할 거야. Another one using 누가 is 누가 봐도, 누가 봐도, 누가 봐도. No matter who looks at it. It basically means obviously or obvious to anyone's eyes. So a great example of this could be, this should be in every textbook teaching Korean. 누가 봐도 현우 선생님은 정말 똑똑해요. It's evident to anyone's eyes that 현우 is very smart. The sentence itself is, again, not very important, but 누가 봐도, 누가 뭐래도. These are important because we're talking about the expressions that people use because they care a lot about what others might say or think. And next, 누가 so and so 아니랄까 봐. It's a common expression. 누가 so and so 아니랄까 봐. This one needs a little bit of decoding because 누가, someone, as the subject of the sentence. 아니랄까 봐 is short for 아니라고 할까 봐. Again, 아니라고 할까 봐, which is literally translated to in fear that someone might say that something isn't so and so. And it essentially means just as expected of someone or in a typically predictable way of or from someone. So for example, 형제 is brothers. 누가 형제 아니랄까 봐 서로 엄청 챙기네. They really are brothers. They care or they take such good care of each other. 누가 형제 아니랄까 봐, if you translate that portion only literally, it's translated to as if someone might say they are not brothers. Okay? Or how about this? You can say that about all the Talk to Me in Korean teachers and staff members. 누가 한국어 선생님 아니랄까 봐 띄어쓰기가 완벽하시네요. 누가 한국어 선생님 아니랄까 봐 띄어쓰기가 완벽하시네요. Being a Korean teacher as expected, or as if someone might say that you're not a Korean teacher, your Korean spacing is perfect. So, are you following so far? Let's take a quick break here and think about why Koreans seem to care more about what others think and potentially get a lot of stress from it. It might have its roots in the general tendency to highly value conformity in Korean culture. You know, everybody doing things in similar, ways and fashions and not sticking out too much. The fact that Korea has been a very highly homogeneous country for a long time has also contributed to the culture of comparing, which I don't think is very healthy, by the way, because it's easier to compare people when there's less diversity. And over the past several decades, pretty much everyone has gone through similar education, similar social experiences and trends, and this in turn has also led to more conformity. And so we have these phrases that show how much people care about what others might say or how much people seek others' approval. Okay, so back to phrases. Another fun phrase is 남부럽지 않다, or for short, 남부럽지 않다. 남부럽지 않다 or 남부럽지 않다. This literally means that you are not jealous of others. 남 is other people, somebody else that you don't know, usually. 남 is other people, okay? And 부럽다 is to be jealous. So 남부럽지 않다 shortened to 남부럽지 않다. This is also standard spelling. It means I'm not jealous of others. So some variations can be 남부럽지 않은 생활. 남부럽지 않은 생활. So a decent lifestyle. You're living pretty well, okay? 남부럽지 않은 생활. And even when you're talking about your own decent life, you have the word 남, other people in your phrase or sentence. This is also a phrasal expression. 남부럽지 않게 살다. 남부럽지 않게 살다. To make a decent living. So what do you think? Which of these expressions do you find the most interesting or easy to remember? I'm sure there are expressions like these in your own language too that are closely connected to caring about what others think. As you do more reading and listening in Korean, you will also encounter many more expressions like these. Let me give you a few more examples through sample sentences a little more briefly this time. 이거는 해도 좋은 소리를 못 듣고 안 해도 뭐라고 할 것 같아요. Again, there are a bunch of elements in this one. 이거는 해도 좋은 소리를 못 듣고 안 해도 뭐라고 할 것 같아요. Even if you do this, you won't hear a compliment, 좋은 소리. And if you don't do it, they'll complain. So here, 좋은 소리를 듣다 or 못 듣다, 사람들이 뭐라고 하다, these are all related to other people saying good things or bad things or saying something, okay? And then how about this one? 저도 누구 못지않게 열심히 했어요. 저도 누구 못지않게 열심히 했어요. I worked hard no less than anyone else. 누구 못지않게, it's a set expression, or I worked just as hard as the next guy. And then how about this one? 어디 가서 노래 못한다는 소리는 안 들어요. 어디 가서 노래 못한다는 소리는 안 들어요. No matter where I go, I don't hear people telling me that I am not good at singing. I'm fairly good at singing is what they want to say, but they're adding 어디 가서 소리를 들어요. Other people saying things to you, that element is incorporated into that phrase. Now, of course, these kinds of sentences where you compare yourself with others and also care about what others might say are not only unique to Korean culture, but as Korean learners, I hope you were able to learn some new phrases in this video that you can use in your next Korean conversation or the next time you read something in Korean. And we're always here to help you learn to speak Korean better and better. And we help learners through our full systematic curriculum on our website at talktomeinkorean.com. And we also recently launched an extended graded reading app called Talk to Me in Korean Stories. And as you know, extensive reading for your current level is going to exponentially increase the speed at which your Korean improves. So please definitely check out our app, Talk to Me in Korean Stories. Well then, that's it for now. I will see you in the next video. 감사합니다. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.